is a
of
guy. There's a black dude, Mark DeMarco, and he told the baby, he's like, the baby, do you like change? The baby was like, yeah, I love change. Change is necessary. He says, so why do you keep rapping the same on every track?
Oh my God.
It was like,
and then he tried to get him to change his name. Like, why the baby? Like, do you not want to change
and no
it?
one gets aggressive with him?
no,
The baby looked like he got tight.
Yeah, some of these people look like they get a little upset. Yeah.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast, a place where we talk sports, movies, video games, and everything else under the sun. I am your host, El Caballo. Here with me are my co-hosts, DJ Doey Fresh, the Texas one without a gun, Mateo, and last but not least, Baldwin the Great One, Pucho. And if you're new to our channel, please show some love by hitting the share button, like, and subscribe. And if you're a returning One Up gang member, thank you for continuously one-upping yourself. This episode, we're talking toxic traits, top 10 Tony's movies, and old people, should they really be in the government?
What if I started doing the Ricky Bobby thing and I just didn't know what to do with my hands during the interview? Like,
oh, I'm thinking like you about to do clap sync. So like, what is he doing?
He's trying to clap sync again? What the hell's going on?
I got some breaking news, guys.
yeah,
Rapper Superstar Pride has been denied bond after he was arrested last week for the murder of his barber. That's from Barber Wars. It's a real Barber Wars. If you see this guy's, if you look up Superstar Pride haircut, you will see why he shot his barber.
who is Superstar Pride?
I have no idea. Apparently some guy who shot his barber.
I just don't know what news channel you are subscribed to that you get these black guys.
It's black Twitter. How you like that haircut he got?
It looks like it's only half his head got cut.
It's not like a West Coast vibe or something.
Is this like? Is this a mullet? Is this like a variation on a mullet?
So
I have
fro
no
mullet.
idea. I think that is a Texas style.
Yeah.
I think that's like
I
a
think it
Houston,
is a
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
I've seen the Mexican dudes that are like here in Texas. They get like all their head shaved except for like the front, like a little like a poof up front, and they do things with that.
Yeah, weird. I remember the old cattail shit in the back of their head.
Mm-hmm.
Another weird thing. Whatever. It's
Remember
not bad.
Roy Jones used to, maybe it's a Pensacola thing. He would get like I don't know, like a skin fade, right? So he had hair on the top and all his sides were basically completely shaved, but at the base of his neck there was just like a strip of hair. And I'm like, what is that about? It'd be a line of hair, and I'm like, it looks atrocious. I've never seen anything like that.
That's weird.
Thinking that's his
I've
cutoff.
only seen Roy Jones with that, but he's literally the only person that I know. I don't know him that I've seen from Pensacola.
That's his cutoff point. That's where all shit just stops.
Yeah. Remember we were talking how far should a barber go? It's right there. That's his limit. That's why he has the strip of hair.
I do want to say one thing. Obviously, the fans know that I wasn't there for the One Up review on the music album. Recording by yourself and constantly looking at the camera is very, very difficult. I don't think you guys really understand. It's like, even me doing it now, I feel so weird doing it, but it was a challenge. And
It's an interesting thing to try to adjust to, dude. Even with my new camera setup, like I'm trying to like look at the camera more, and it is weird. Like I see y'all moving here in my peripheral, but I'm trying to look at the camera.
Yeah.
It's weird stuff, dude.
yeah, it's like, I shout out to all those streamers who do it all day, every day. Like that's something you got to learn to do. That's crazy. Very difficult.
Speaking about cameras, Tony, you should point your camera a little lower. Yes, trust me, just do it. Just a little bit, just a little, right there. Yeah, perfect. Because you were looking like a fucking dwarf in the shorts last week. Because you were like mad low. I was like, the shit looks terrible. I cut from Doey's face to your face, and Doey looks like a man, and then boom, you're like a little boy on the podcast with a beard. I'm like, this shit looks horrible. Now there's no way. I was like, man, should I fucking stretch this image? Tony will like it. It'll make you look thinner and everything. But
Oh man,
I wanted to ask you guys, have you guys seen the industry plant of podcasts lately?
The what?
with Bobby,
This is-
with Bobby.
With Bobby. There's this girl named Bobbi Althoff. She just started a podcast like a month ago.
Mhm.
She's got like 500,000 subs, which is cool.
Crazy.
No hating, beautiful. But right off the jump, she got
Drake.
Jack Gleason or something. He's a funny ass comedian. She got Drake. She got Lil Yachty. She got
Is this the one where she
Armani
does?
White.
Is this the one where she does like the interviews in her bed or something like that? Like,
Drake was in the bed. Yachty was in the couch. The other guy, I forgot where it was at.
She interviews people, I think, wherever they're at. So she travels around to interview them.
Mm-hmm.
And she plays like this weird bit. They're good. So I'm not hating at all.
Yeah.
She deserves, and maybe she doesn't, right? Because maybe it's the people she's interviewing, right? She's interviewing interesting people, so maybe that helps. But she's playing this bit of like this like rude, uninterested interviewer. It's just very strange to watch. The people sitting there and talking to her, like, I wonder if there's a conversation beforehand where she's like completely normal telling them, yo, I'm gonna play a bit. Because like pretty soon into the interview they pick up, and they also, it's like this interview where both the interviewer and the interviewee are assholes to each other the whole time. And it's nice. I like people being mean, so it's just a nice, I've been enjoying them.
She gets
It's
that from
refreshing. It's called deadpan comedy. It's a form of comedy. She's just doing like a style of it.
Yeah, they do the same thing that the dude that was in the Las Vegas movie. What is it where they all pass out?
The Hangover.
The Hangover, the fat guy with the glasses.
Zach
What's his
Galifianakis.
name?
Yes, exactly.
He does interviews with actors and stuff like that and comedians, and he just clowns them with the same thing. That's where she got it from. And it's great.
Yeah, but
I think-
he's making jokes and he be laughing at his own jokes and shit. She
Yeah.
doesn't chuckle one time in the whole podcast. She's
Strong.
playing like that's also impressive because she be saying some funny shit that I would have lost it right here. Like I would have lost it already.
Yeah, I like watching it. I've been watching her stuff too, though.
Yeah. So shout out to her, even though she's an industry plant.
I
She's
like
a
that.
good one.
I like Ziwe.
How does-
Ziwe did some fun interviews. Her one with Chet Hanks is wild, dude. Have y'all ever watched any of the interviews that she does?
It's the black girl, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, I've seen some of it. Yeah, she kind of does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like she brought Hannibal Buress on, and she said, she asked him, what advice would you have for young comedians coming up who aren't shitty landlords like you? And his answer was like, just live in the moment. And then he processed what she said and what she actually has. So good, dude. She does great interviews.
Tony, you're laughing because Doey was about to start, but then Mateo kept talking.
That too, but his stance was funny. Like he was in a Nuck If You Buck video. He was like this. I'm looking at his arms like, why he got his arms folded like that? Then he interrupted. It was a whole mix of things.
Sorry,
It's
we
funny.
had a meta conversation about when is it appropriate to cut people off, and I was saying sometimes you're not done saying things, but people jump in, and it's just funny it happened right there.
It's extra complicated on the podcast too, man, because we don't want dead air. So we're all like waiting to jump in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's constant.
You know who's the complete opposite of this Bobbi Althoff interviewer is Nardwuar. Nardwuar interviews he's the most interested in you. Nobody's more, and he's very wholesome. Everything is very positive. If you want to watch a funny interview that's just weird and you don't even know what those going on, the Bobbi Althoff stuff is cool. But if you want to watch somebody pull out the most obscure facts of whoever person you're interested in, like the Nardwuar guy, he must have an incredible team of researchers to pull
That's what I
out
was
all
about
this
to
stuff
say.
because
Yep.
In the feds. He has feds in there, bro. There's no way.
All right, let's talk about the feds. Let's talk about the feds, okay?
Let's talk about Nardwuar is the feds.
How many rappers are actually criminals? I would say not many.
Yeah, it's
Why
a
are they
handful.
concerned about the feds? Oh, are you with the feds? It's like you're virtue signaling. You're trying to be cool to the people who think that anybody cares about the feds. So why are you worrying about the feds?
It's odd shit though that he knows, Pucho. It's like, bro, like he knew what's his name's mother from Canada. What's Tyler, the creator's mother, and stuff like that. This is a lot of information this guy gets that it's like, what? There's another rapper. He got his, what was it, 8th grade rapper name that he only had for like one day. How the fuck do you get that?
Oh, dude,
I will say this.
I think it's kind of simple actually. He just has to talk to friends, and then you start going down the rabbit hole of like acquaintances and things like that, and eventually you end up back at like someone's middle school friends, and they just remember the weirdest shit. Like people would just remember the weirdest shit about you if you were like someone they knew way back when, right?
That,
yes,
for sure. But also, I think we forget how much information we're putting out of ourselves. Like, there's a lot of information out there about people. It's like what I tell you when everybody be on some, my phone is listening to me BS. It's like, you don't even know how many other ways there is to get information about you. It's like the idea that your phone is listening to you is probably the last resort anybody would ever try to use. Like,
yo, you know what's I want to go back to the Bobbi thing. How does one become an industry plant? How does this get created? Like, how did she get created? If she is a plant, how is this possible? What's the links? How does it get created? Because I'm always confused on how that starts.
So for like music and stuff like that, it's a little bit more complicated, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories. But I think in her case, she had a popular TikTok doing like, she was like a mom TikToker or something. Like she was TikToking about like children shit, like mom advice. And she had like this kind of deadpan comedy stuff to her. She had quite a few followers on there. And then I think through certain connections and certain conversations, somebody was like, yo, this would be really cool. Maybe we could do something like this. And maybe got some connections where, you know, maybe she knew someone that had connections to a lot of these like rappers and stuff, and was like, all right, that would be cool. This little white girl that looks like she's not interested at all in hip hop, asking these hip hop people just weird ass questions and treating them like shit. If you changed the gender, if it was a man doing that, a lot of those rappers would want to fight her or him. In that case, like they would think like, yo, why are you being so disrespectful? Like there obviously there's some that would rock with it. But I think
there is a guy. There's a black dude, Mark DeMarco. There is a black dude that does, and he told the baby, he's like, the baby, do you like change? The baby was like, yeah, I love change. Change is necessary. He says, so why do you keep rapping the same on every track?
Oh my god! And then he tried to get him to change his name. Like, why the baby? Like, do you not want to change
it? And no one gets aggressive with him?
No,
the baby looked like he got tight.
Yeah, some of these people look like they get a little upset. Yeah,
because I don't think they'll get mad at Bobbi. I think they'll just roast her as they should.
Yachty kind of flipped it on her with the N-word, which was funny a little bit. Like he was pressing her. He was like, "No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying that. Don't put that on me." Like, say what, nigga? It was just like she got so.
He didn't flip it on her. He just decided to try to set her up for no reason. He was like, "You like this song?" He started rapping the lyrics, and then he stopped. Oh no! That was Armani White who did that to her. So two rappers done do that. Armani White was like, "Oh, you like my song, Billie Eilish?" And he started singing some of the bars. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna sing a bar, then you sing the next one." And the next one started with the N-word, and she was like, "I ain't falling for that shit." Like, why are you trying to cancel me? Why are you trying to get me canceled?
No, I like her interviews though. I can see why she has subscribers. Like,
say Drake was being a little creepy with her.
What a surprise!
Trying to drink. It was weird. Like trying to get her to drink his drink. First off, that's creepy off a rip. It's like nobody even knows what you're drinking.
It's his drink.
then trying to tell her drink out of the same side as that I drank.
Yeah, that's
and then when
weird.
she gave him the glass, when she didn't do it, she drank out of the other side. He grabbed it and then went to her side and drank it. He's like, now we touch. Now we're connected. It just felt a little bit creepy. I was like,
and they were also in a bed. That was even the funnier part about it.
Yeah, the bed doesn't help.
But that's Drake's drink. I don't know if you know that. He got like a drink supposedly. Like he makes
No,
it
I
like
don't
a
know
drink.
that. And the fact he said supposedly means that you don't really know it either.
Well, he
Is there
made a
alcohol in
video.
that
He
drink?
did. Yeah, it's like a wine or some shit supposedly. Like I don't have all the facts, but there was a whole video. He made a whole house party thing about it, and it's about this drink. So maybe that's what it was. I didn't watch the full interview. I only saw clips of that Drake one, but
You said a house party thing?
yeah, he had like a house event or some shit.
The only thing I've heard
An
from
actual
Drake
house party.
is the Utopia song, which is pretty good. Where he's like, I melted down all the chains I bought from your boss. Apparently, he melted down all the chains he bought from Pharrell. And everybody's like, oh no, the history. He melted it. He melted it.
Drake's drink, supposedly it's like a cocktail that he makes. Drake's drink is just what middle-aged white women drink all day. It is a wine glass filled with ice, filled 3/4 of the way with wine, and then topped with sparkling water. That's just a wine spritzer. This is just what middle-aged white women drink all day when they're retired.
I mean, he did say, I think he says it's a white woman's drink, so he acknowledges it.
That's
I don't know,
fair.
the whole internet calling it Drake's drink is a little weird. It looked refreshing as fuck. I would have drank that
It's
shit.
just a
probably
wine
not from his
spritzer.
glass. But
From his side of the glass or the glass?
just, I don't think I'd want to share a cup with most people. I only share a glass with people I'm close with and very circumstantially. But.
Out of everybody here, I feel like Doughboy would be the one to share a glass with anybody. I don't know why. I don't
know. There's also something
Combination.
weird when it comes to alcohol. I'll be like, yo, this beer's good, taste it, and I'll hand people the drink.
You
And that
do
doesn't bug
that
me as
too.
much. But like, imagine someone tries to share a glass of milk with you. That's offensive.
That would be disgusting. That would be gross.
Why a cup of milk though?
Something
What the
about
fuck?
milk
Like,
makes it extra gross, dude. You don't share milk. Like, milk is just one of those things that feel like you don't share.
I pulled a pucho yesterday and was immediately upset. So there was milk in my refrigerator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see the date. I was like, oh, this is 2 days expired. Get rid of it. I was like, the smell test. Pucho said the smell test usually good, right? So I pour a little bit in the cup, take a whiff. I said, fuck Pucho. I poured that shit down the fucking drain. I was immediately upset. I'm like, I know better. But I said, let me see what this man's talking about. So I think Pucho drinks spoiled milk, bro, all the time.
Did you give it 2 smells?
One was enough.
How were you
Illusion.
sure then that your brain wasn't tricking you?
So now there's a 2 smell test now. We got to do 2 smells.
Combination.
A combination.
Have you seen that yet?
No,
It's
I want to know what this is about.
It's the freestyle. So basically, there was a freestyle Drake put out with Central C like last week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
In the beginning, he says combination, and then everybody took that little part and said, "What do you want? You want the lamb or the gyro?" And they put combination.
I didn't know that's what that was. I didn't catch that. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's a pretty good freestyle too. Yeah, Central C. I didn't know who this guy was. He's the Doja Cat guy. Hey, Doja Cat.
How can
What
I be
is a lamb or a
homophobic?
gyro
My beach is
combination?
gay. That's him, bro.
When you go to Halal Guys, you can get lamb and gyro. You can get the combo.
That's just
called
like
the combination.
an STD.
Like the
lamb-
sandwich. They call that shit a sandwich. The sandwich and
Platter.
a platter?
If you get the platter, you can get gyro meat and chicken.
The combination of
Oh,
the two.
lamb and chicken?
Combination.
Combination.
Lamb and chicken?
Lamb and chicken, yeah.
That's-
Sorry.
Oh,
I don't,
sorry, you're saying lamb and gyro. I'm like,
No,
what
I
is
said gyro and chicken, yeah. My
No,
bad.
you said lamba gyro.
Lamborghini?
I don't know.
Oh,
It just
I'm
sounded
struggling
nasty.
with words again.
Who?
Yeah, halal guys, yo, I be putting 2 packets of hot sauce.
Yo,
Crazy hot.
Dick.
you must, like, your
It's hot.
head must get hot, right? Like, you
It's
start to
hot,
sweat.
it's hot. I be
Like,
putting 2
why?
packets of white, 2 packets of red.
That's what I do. We got that too. You got to
Oh
do
my God.
double on both, man. It's so
I
good.
do get extra rice though. I like
Ooh,
I like
yes.
rice. Rice is my favorite. Rice might be my favorite food in the world. I've have as a Hispanic person, or I've eaten quite a lot of rice, but I've been getting a growing appreciation for rice. I've been eating the jasmine rice. I've been eating whatever the hell they do with the halal rice. It's probably also like a jasmine or a basmati or something like that.
Coming from a fat guy, cauliflower rice is pretty
No, go
good.
to hell. The Japanese rice, on point.
This man don't know nothing
Lately,
about rice.
I bought the. Oh man, you guys got to get on this. The what do they call it? The spicy garlic crunch or something. It's it's a hot oil, like the Asian, like Chinese hot oil, which is just an oil with a lot of red pepper flakes and stuff. And they got big chunks of like crispy fried garlic. And now I'll just make some white Japanese rice. I'll throw a bunch of that on top and then a bunch of chopped up chicken. That's been my favorite meal for the last 2 weeks. Just plain white rice, not even any salt, with this spicy crunch and then just some well-seasoned chicken. It's so delicious. Then you got to eat it with the chopsticks. You got to eat it.
That sounds like
pretty
these
legit.
fat ass
Somebody on my-
Americans. that eat
Fat
all
ass
these-
American?
You sound like these fat ass Americans that eat all these Lay's chips with different flavors in it. Ice cream Lay's, fucking
This is the complete
duck
opposite of
sauce Lay's. No, all these different flavor oils and shit for the rice. It's just rice. Different
that. It's a hot
size,
sauce.
different
What are
width.
you even talking about?
You just said it was an oil.
It's hot. Yes. It's a hot sauce.
My cousin used to eat white rice with ketchup.
Yeah. We've come a long way from that.
Yellow
That's
rice
a,
with
that's a
ketchup.
body.
With
That's
fried
a
eggs.
body
That's a-
standard.
that is.
Grown bodies do it till this day.
That is a
But
fact.
most
I
of the
haven't.
Hispanic children grow out of that.
Dominican
found-
people still do it too.
Booch, I found a ramen noodle hack that you might like.
Ooh,
I will
facts.
tag
Thank you,
I'm gonna
Booch.
tag you right now. Don't worry.
Thank
I'll tag
you,
you
a,
right
a
now.
real Dominican person.
Yeah.
A real
And you're
person with
following
an
him.
online personality.
And he's
Potato.
following
I
him.
follow him.
You follow him.
Tato, send the link.
An online personality. He don't do this.
Send the link, though. I like this shit.
I got you right now.
Dominicans be on that shit. This is to be hiding. the
Absolutely
shadows.
not.
It's a bowl of rice with a happy face as with the ketchup.
ketchup?
The ketchup is a happy face.
It's there to trigger you. That's it.
Yeah,
He
right.
knows his audience. He knows the Dominicans hate that the most.
Nah, everybody's saying get it off my timeline.
Yeah, exactly. He knows. He's like, I'm a Dominican dude. Dominicans follow me. Let me trigger everybody. Anyways, what were you gonna say, Mateo?
No, there was this ramen hack that I found where you get like the cup of noodles and you make it normally and you eat like all the noodles out of it, and then you you just put an egg straight into like the broth and all like the remaining stuff that remains, and you mix it up, then you nuke that shit, and you just have like a little like a brothy egg scrambled to eat afterwards. Apparently it's going crazy on like Japanese TikTok right now.
I'll try it.
Same.
I'm not one for the food hacks. The food hacks just feel not good.
I can get behind some food hacks. I like the ramen ones usually. Ramen hacks are pretty cool.